Texas, brand promoter with Lavelle, and this is my husband. We run the business together. So we're coming today to talk to you about coming out of your comfort zone. I feel like that's a really important thing when you're doing your own business, and I think a lot of people just assume naturally that stepping out of your comfort zone is just about talking to strangers, and so but it's just so much bigger than that. And so the reason I thought it was good for my husband and myself to do the video is because we both really hold each other accountable in growing who we are, which is part of stepping out of your comfort zone. It's really important to have that person that's going to be very honest with you even when it hurts, and believe me, we've both had that point where we've held each other accountable and hurt each other's feelings. Even though it hurt, we knew it was something real that needed to be changed in our lives. And so stepping out of your comfort zone means growing who you are. When you start your business, 95% of people are not where they are or need to be mentally to be very successful in that business. And one of the things I've learned, if you read business books, I challenge myself to read 3 to 4 business books a month. And one of the main bases and lines of business books is talking about all those things that you have to get over: self-confidence, insecurity, being unhappy, anger issues. All these things have to be resolved in order to have a really great, successful business. So any of those things that might be lingering, they all have to come together in order to be successful in the end. And so that's my idea of comfort zone. I was gonna let my husband just kind of give you a little spiel of what he thinks is comfort zone. So I'm gonna kind of point the camera to him and kind of let him talk about what he thinks it has meant to him to step out of his comfort zone.
To me, a comfort zone is basically having self-confidence. Without confidence, you're basically going to be stuck in that zone, not knowing what to do, very inconsistent. When you have self-confidence, you believe in yourself, you believe that you're doing the right thing, and at that point you're able to accept feedback as well as give feedback, and you're able to do that in a professional manner, and you're able to accept feedback in a professional manner. Being in your comfort zone is more of a security zone. You feel secure there, but once you step out of that comfort zone, you realize that it's not so secure, that it's basically alienating yourself from the outside, which when you're in a business like this, you know, being in that zone keeps you from being successful. You have to be willing to step out and believe that what you're doing is right and that it is helping other people. Having a backbone such as my wife, it's helped me realize some of the things that I was doing wrong in reverse. You know, her having me, you know, she was able to see some of the things that she was doing wrong. And don't get me wrong, you know, we're so used to living in our comfort zone because it's, like I said, it's like security. You know, you don't feel like anything can go wrong there, but in reality, it's just holding you back. And with my wife, she dragged me out of it. She opened up my eyes and allowed me to see her big picture, because we all can be somewhat naive to what one person is talking about, you know, believing that we know everything. And she allowed me, like I said before, to open up my eyes and see her perception of what success is. And I believe that, you know, having someone by your side, whether that be, you know, your wife, a spouse, a best friend, you know, whoever that may be, you know, having that supportive system, you know, your team as well, you know, really allows you to persevere forward and be comfortable not being in that comfort zone. Like I said before, I believe that a comfort zone is good at some, you know, in some instances, but when you're dealing with the business, such as a business that's dealing with a lot of social media, having to socialize with other people face to face, you know, that comfort zone can really hinder you. So always remember that believing in yourself, believing in others' feedback, believing in what you're doing is right, and that it's actually helping others as well as yourself. Being consistent and persistent, will allow you to realize that that comfort zone may not be your comfort zone in reality. It may be the one thing that's holding you back. And your comfort zone can actually be outside the circle as well. So that's what I believe, that right now in our lives, me and my wife, our comfort zone is no longer in that little circle. It's outside our circle. It's outside our box. We are more comfortable living outside the box than we were living inside the box. Because we realized stepping outside that box allowed us to actually feel what success is all about. And that's what I believe our comfort zone is now. And and I love it a lot more. So therefore I dwell in my comfort zone because it's no longer in the box, it's outside the box, And I believe having, like I said before, having a supportive system, and being consistent is all part of creating, a secure comfort zone.
All right. And I would just say, one of the things I think that Izzy said that was really important is that once you're outside and willing to grow who you are, that you can accept the criticism and also give the criticism in a really professional manner. And I think as leaders, that's part of that humbleness that we begin to develop with the patience and growth that we begin to have when we're not so insecure when somebody tells us something that we're doing wrong, or if we've hurt their feelings. It's easy for us not to get angry or upset. It's more like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was doing that, or that was not my intention. This is what I was intending to do. And so, and only that, when you become more secure and you've grown yourself mentally, you really will start to see other people around you, even in your own business, being successful, and you can start seeing those successes, and you smile and you feel like you're a part of it, even if it's not your own. The humbleness spreads so much that it's just on a whole nother level, and you appreciate the hard work that they've put in to get what they have, and also the things that are being blessed to you. So that's the last thing I have to say. Did you have anything you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, and so we appreciated being asked to do this video for Dawn, and I hope that you take some really great steps in stepping out of your comfort zone. Some great books that I've read are John Gordon has a whole line of books that are spiritually and business and team building, and they really help for you to look at your inner self as well as what you need to do to help build a great team. And I think great team builders, whether your business requires you to build a team or not, anyone who knows how to build a great team can build a great business. So with that being said, thank you so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed day.